Aloha, Love Tribe. What's up? Guess who? It's DJ Val, your very favorite DJ who likes to talk about how you can do small things each day to change your life, have fun, and change the world. Not in that order, but the shit happens. How can you be a steward of your own sanity during the holidays? And especially as a single mom and as somebody who is just so excited about sharing the mystical yumminess and the magical mythology of Christmas with my children. Whether you celebrate Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or Nanukah, whatever, take your pick. As a mama, it is really fun to embrace a persona of like the delivery, yum yum person. And I was so excited to get to do that with my family for, well over a decade and a half. And I do know that there were some pitfalls. And I do know that, like, psychologically, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and all those things, I fell apart a few times around the holidays. And I wonder if you have ever fallen apart around the holidays. So, this episode is all about you and the top 5 ways you can fuck up your holidays. And obviously, of course, I'm going to give you a solution not to fuck up your holidays. But we get around after Halloween. We're so excited. We're like, fuck yeah, it's great. We're going to get into Thanksgiving and things smell like cinnamon and pumpkin and turkeys. And then we're going to go into it's cold and there's going to be a tree and we're going to put some shit under the tree, or we're going to have Hanukkah candles or whatever the heck we do to celebrate. But as moms, we fucking overextend ourselves and then we end up burning ourselves out, and then we're bitchy and complaining, and everybody wonders why mommy is hiding in her room. And so I'm hoping that this episode can help you not be the mom who's hiding in her room. So I thought it would be kind of a fun thing to do, to talk about, the top 5 ways that we all fuck up our holidays, right? And we all do it. You're guilty. I'm guilty. We're guilty. Number one. Okay. We overschedule. Okay. We say yes to all of these parties. We say yes to the cookie making thing. We say yes to the tea. We say yes to look, it's just going to be like a gift giving Santa exchange and all this shit. And all of a sudden you look at your fucking calendar and you're like, I'm going to barf and I have too many things to do. And the truth is, it's like December 15th and it's cold and it's dark at 4:00 in the afternoon. And all I want to do is decide which pair of awesome pajamas are going to go on my body at 4:00. But instead of doing that, we say yes. And we're like, okay, it's great. I'm going to go do it because I care and I'm the super mom. And then we end up burning ourselves out and hating ourselves and being resentful of all the shit that we have to do. So stop overscheduling your shit. Pick one event. Just pick one event that is going to serve you and your family and your mission. And the reality is, we choose to be social based on how it serves us. It's a big one. Smack, 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 smack. A lot of us pretend that we're so magnanimous. And, oh my gosh, I'm just going to show up and be this person. But the reality is, we choose social engagements based on what it's going to deliver us back. And that sounds really shallow, but let me tell you, every single person who's listening to this right now, I can guarantee you that you relate to this. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with it. It's a survival mechanism. It's a tribal mechanism. It's a way that we can function as a co-creating society. And so when we say yes to something, it's because we think it serves our mission of moving forward. And so if you're saying yes to too many things, you're going to get your ass kicked. And so figure out, just be real, learn to discern. I know. I love it, right? Learn to discern. Learn to discern what makes you and your family propel themselves forward on the mission. And it's not about like, only going to say yes to engagements that are like, oh, they're going to serve me on my mission. It's like, think about your whole ecosystem of who you operate with, your husband, your wife, your partner, your children, your business, your roommates, your business partner, whoever. Like, every time you say yes to something, you're bringing them along. And do you know why? Because if you fuck up and you're too tired and you feel like shit after you do it, guess who gets the wrath of that whole ecosystem? And so if you're not keeping them in mind when you say yes, you're neglecting your duties as a leader. And I know that you're a leader and a badass change maker, because why would you be listening to this podcast if you weren't? So I invite you to not overschedule. Okay. So the number one way to fuck up your holiday season is to overschedule. And so the number one way to not fuck it up is to say no, learn the no. Okay. Number two. What's the number two way that you can fuck up your holiday season? It's Christmas Eve. Okay, let's just say, for example, we're people who celebrate Christmas Eve, or you celebrate Hanukkah or whatever the eve is of the thing that you're supposed to like show up as a parent and, celebrate and give your kids or your loved ones, something. And you show up the night before at 6 o'clock and you're like frazzled and you're like, okay, I'm going to do my thing. Don't be a fucking dick. Okay. Schedule your shit ahead of time. I'm sorry. I said it. Don't under prepare. If you under prepare, you are, again, you're polluting all the people around you with your toxic, lame time management bullshit energy. And I said it. I know I did. And I'm guilty of it. Um, you understand when the clock is ticking and when these special days happen. It's not like all of a sudden somebody like threw on the calendar that you didn't even know about, like, oh my God, there's this new event called Christmas, or there's this new event called Hanukkah, or this new event called la 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 la. Like, that shit ahead of time. And so if you are not taking the time right now, today it's November 12th. If you're not taking the time to give yourself some latitude to go prepare and do some stuff, you're robbing the people that you love of the gift that you actually want to give them, which is whatever it is. It could be like whatever, here's my crystal, yay, whatever. But if it's wrapped in stress and it's wrapped in last minuteness, it's gonna suck, and it's gonna suck for them, it's gonna suck for you, and then it trickles down. So stop being underprepared, get your shit together, and stop being a weenie face. I said that out loud. Oh God. Okay. Totes. It happened. Yeah. Number three. When you say yes to your no's, you are again doing a disservice to the people that you love and your mission and all of the things that you're supposed to be doing here on the planet. If your no means I don't want to be up past midnight, then don't do that. Here's an example. Great example. Not a bad example, but a great example. Hold on. I'm supposed to, I wasn't even invited to come DJ at this party this coming Friday. I kind of made myself available and I was like, you're turning 50. I'm a great 50th birthday DJ person. I'm great. Oh, you should have me. Yeah. La, la, la. And I thought, okay, I feel like I'm like meeting some new friends and I'm going to make a community and la, 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 la. And the reality is, like, I wasn't going to get to start to DJ till about midnight for a house party with maybe 10, 20, 30, 70, 100 people. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? But the point is, it wasn't like a professional paid gig. It was like a friend gig. And I wanted to put myself out there to be cool and to be accepted into this community and, to offer something nice to this beautiful woman who I think is amazing. And I think, she would be happy if I got to DJ at her party. However, upon looking at my schedule and looking at my time resources and my energetic resources, I realized if I said yes to her at this midnight, DJ gig thing, even though I'm sure it's going to be really fun on a Friday night, it would kick my ass for 3 nights. I go to bed at like 10 at night, and so to stay up until midnight and start my gig and then play for a few hours and then go home. The reality is I'm getting home at 5 in the morning. What's the payoff? If I got to affect 10 million people who were working on climate change, no brainer, right? But this is like an after party for somebody who is beautiful and I'm sure cares about the climate, but I have to be discerning. And so as sad as I am and was, I had to say no to that, even though I really wanted to be a part of this new tribe and the collective of humans that I thought, well, this could be my new people here in Boulder and Colorado. So it felt really like it was a buzzkill, to say no. But I had to do it. And so I had to do it in honor that I didn't want to sacrifice 2 hours of my DJ life for 5 days of my waking life, and my waking life is more productive than 2 hours of on that particular level. Again, it's real. You got to do the math, and so that was the thing. So number 4 is say no to your yeses. Say no to your yeses. So what if the situation was a little bit reversed? Number 4, what if your yes was to really go DJ somewhere? And again, I'm using my microcosm. What if your yes was to go travel and DJ and be, the shining version of yourself, but you said no because you didn't want to appear too weird, or you didn't want to appear too out there, or too rambunctious, or too whatever the thing is, and you shrunk. And the yes that you had was really oh, I have the capacity, I have the resources, I have the time. I really want, excuse me, hold on. I really want to go teach. I really want to go express myself. But you said no because you thought that would be too bold or big or weird. So that's another way to fuck up your holidays. And, I know we all do this. We all say no, excuse me, to our yeses. And I know I did that for a long time. And as a mom, a super mom, a super wife, a super volunteer, a super, this other woman, excuse me, I put the Val cape on the shelf for a while and I said no. And I watched my soul and my heart and my passion and my dream die in front of me. I'm going to sneeze again, but maybe not this second. Excuse me. And when you say no to your yeses, it's okay, occasionally to be okay, I got to compromise, and I'm not supposed to go to my concert. I'll go to his concert, or I'm supposed to do the thing for my kids, and it's not about me. That's normal. If you create that as a pattern in your life, I can assure you, you will self-destruct like I did. And I don't want that for you. So don't do that during the holiday season, and use this as an opportunity to say yes to your yeses and no to your nos. Okay? So number 5. Okay, so number 1 is you're overscheduling. Number 2 is you are under preparing and not being ready for things and waiting till Christmas Eve to get your shit together. Number 3 and 4 is saying yes to your no's and no to your yeses. Don't do that, please. Number 5 is spending too much time and money on bullshit. that no one is ever going to remember on the day of your funeral. Spending too much time and money on bullshit that nobody's going to remember on the day of your funeral. Why do I bring this up? I bring this up because I've been to lots and lots and lots of funerals. And I can assure you that there has never been a conversation at a funeral that was like, oh my gosh, Valerie, let me tell you, those little place settings that she made with the little doohickeys and the dinger bombers and the other, blah, blah, blah. Those were the things that I'm going to remember her by. They're not. But those are the things that stress you out as a host and as a person who wants to create experiences for others. Don't waste your time doing those things unless they're like meditative practices that get you in the Zen state. And you're like, oh my God, I just made like 10,000, tiki hats or something. Don't do that shit. Fuck it. Okay. If you're doing it to impress other people and make a nice table setting, you're wasting your time. Nobody will remember that. And on your deathbed, nobody gives a fuck. Okay. If you do it because it's part of your meditative practice, that's another thing. Do it. Do it. But I think a lot of people get so hung up. And I know as a young person, and I had some different role models in my life, my role models were very much geared around the presence and the gifts and the physicality of something and giving somebody something. And to this day, I think about all the people who I modeled her after. So I was like, okay, here's my stepmom, my bonus mom. I love her. I love you. God bless you. I hope you're in peace. She used to make sure that everybody who came to our house for Christmas, and we used to have 50 to 100 people. We had a lot of people at our house. And these were all just like her family and business associates. And right now, none of those motherfuckers came to her funeral or his. Maybe a few, a handful. But they spent so much time trying to make everything so pretty and nice and wonderful. And nobody gives a shit, And it makes me think of what are you doing now in your holiday season? What are you giving a shit about that nobody else is going to give a shit about when you're dying and when you're dead? So stop doing that. Okay? Nobody fucking cares. So what do people care about? There's probably 5 people in your life that you care about the most and that care about you the most. Spend your time with them. Do something magical for them. Fuck everybody else. Honestly, fuck them all because they don't care. And I guarantee you at your funeral, they're not even going to remember what you did. They're not going to go, oh my God, so great. She did a place setting. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So do the things that matter to the people that you care about. Okay, that's it. So top 5 ways to fuck up your holidays. Overschedule, underprepare, say yes to your no's, say no to your yeses, and make sure you spend too much time and money on shit that nobody cares about. Those are 5 ways that you can fuck up your holidays. Obviously, the reverse is true on how you can, make your holidays awesome. Song of the week is Santa Baby by Eartha, Kitt. And I love this song, Santa Baby, because it talks about, all the bullshit material things. Santa Baby, hurry down the chimney tonight for me. All the stuff, whatever. I don't know if I'm getting the words right, but it's pretty close. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. They care who you were and how you were as a human in their life. So go do that. Okay. And the SDG of the week is, for me, number 12, responsible consumption and production. We waste so much on wrapping paper, on if you do one thing this year, don't put ribbons and bows on your presents. I'm not asking you not to wrap your presents for your kids. Don't put ribbons and bows on your presents because that shit just goes in the trash. And it sits there for and then it's in the trash. And most of the time it's like some kind of plastic form of shit. And then it goes in the ocean or the earth, and it's not good. So stop putting ribbons and bows in your presents, unless, of course, they're in the shape of noodles and spaghetti that feed the planet or something. I don't know. But just don't put that shit on your presents. And if you can, and again, I like having everything to be bright and glittery and beautiful under the tree. Even if you take 10% of your presents and put them in recycled packaging or a bag that's reusable, whatever, do something to up-level your consumption, okay? And if you're able to like buy presents for your family for number 12 SDG, responsible consumption and production, one thing, if 1 million people did that one tiny thing, what impact could that help create on our planet? Kind of think it would be big. So what if you did too? It'd be awesome. So do that. That's it. I know it's a little bit of a ramble, whatever. But this is a good podcast. And I really think you guys are awesome and you want to have cool things. And so go do that. All right. I love you. Peace, love, and granola. I know it's stressful to be a human, and I know it's really stressful to be a single parent, whether you're a mama or a dada. And have fun. Create the magic for your family. It's real, and it lives within your heart. And if you take a deep breath with me, like we're going to do right now, and you exhale peace out to your family.